Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, welcome to the Eric Deters Show. The Nobel Peace Prize was really established today in history when this guy, Alfred Nobel, in his will, set it all up. One of the biggest ironies of history, this guy invented dynamite. And today in history also, worth mentioning, the First Crusade. And I've never forgotten this, that the Pope that unleashed it was Urban II. I don't know why I always remember that, but I always do. And of course, there was 4 crusades, I believe, maybe a few other minor ones, and it was really, when all said and done, a big waste of blood. All right, Thanksgiving Eve is today. Why do I mention this? For all you partiers out there, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be. This used to be the biggest party night of the year, even bigger than New Year's Eve, because everybody goes back home, everybody's cutting loose, everybody's going out and party. So be safe. I know the Drawbridge used to have a massive Thanksgiving Eve party. And then we have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Everybody enjoy it. It's my favorite holiday. 4-day weekend. Football, family, lots of food, naps, work projects. It's heaven. And then, last but not least, tomorrow, after that, the day after tomorrow, Black Friday, which now they do Black Friday on Thanksgiving. They do it all the time. I have never, ever, ever participated in Black Friday. But I hope some of you guys have great, successful Black Fridays. Now, all these topics. First off, Kamala Harris, I did a Facebook Live, mention this a little bit. There's a TikTok video of her where she acts like she's either drugged, drunk, hungover, whatever, saying the same things that she did with the same head movements and whatnot, acting like she's encouraging her supporters, and it is getting ripped. I mean, Kamala, like I said, is in quicksand. The more she does, the more she sinks.
That fight's still in us, and it burns strong. And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're clear-eyed about it. And it feels heavy. And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you.
Senator Cotton went after the DOD, the Department of Defense, because Lloyd Austin and company, they're going to try to do things to block. You know, it's called landmines. That's what they're doing. It's like they think these mines could make the Trump team miserable. These are political gangsters. I would guess that shredders are working overdrive in Washington, D.C. right now. Trump's favorable ratings have never been higher. How do you like that? Walmart, the gigantic retailer itself, is shucking DEI. Transition documents. Apparently there's some documents the president's supposed to sign relative to transition, and they were all making a big deal. They hadn't signed them yet, but he's apparently signed them now. That allows the communication to start. I wonder if Biden's got the FBI wiretapping Trump and his gang, probably. Carrie Lake is going to go work for Newsmax. I saw this coming a mile away. Youngkin is offering all the Trump folks that are coming to Washington, D.C. to live in Virginia instead of Maryland or D.C. Damian Williams, yes, he's named after the devil, and he is the devil. Just ask Mike Hill. Anyway, Damian the Devil is the New York U.S. District Attorney. He's going to be resigning. Oh, no kidding, because you'd been fired if you didn't. I would suspect that no appointment for United States Attorney is going to give Donald Trump more glee than replacing this guy. And it looks like Jack Smith has spent $50 million of our money, paid to all these law firms, all these consultants, for nothing. Just so symbolic, isn't it? And Boris Epstein, who is a Trump insider, part of the transition team, Apparently, there's accusations that this guy accepted money in order to promote you. If he did, he just went poof out of Mega World. And Tom Homan went down to Texas yesterday with Abbott and laid down the law. What they did to our country on this border is so evil, so treasonous. It's so sad, so tragic. Homan gets it. He'll do a great job. Apparently, the Springfield Haitian migrants are self-deporting to sanctuary cities knowing it's coming down. Jamison Greer has been appointed the United States Trade Rep. Dr. Kevin Hassett, White House Economic Counsel. John Phelan, Secretary of Navy. Jay Bhattacharya, the National Institute of Health. Jim O'Neill, Deputy to RFK Jr. Do not be a traitorous plot. Oh, add on. Looks like there's going to be a deal on Gaza. Do not be a traitorous, plattering hedge pig. Your Shakespeare insult today is chosen by Jamie Spindley. Coming up next, local news. All right, local news, I got 3 stories I've chosen. Winterfest at Kings Island begins this weekend. Yay! I'm not going to go, but I'm sure many of you will. $5 million Hamilton County wants to set aside for women's soccer. I'm going to say it now. I'll say it again. I am just absolutely incredulous at corporate welfare locally, regionally, nationally. Jamie, why don't we start some business and ask the state of Kentucky, the county, everything else, give us a few $1 million to help us start it. It goes on all that. And you know who it always is that gets the money? The filthiest rich of us. Bill Butler for Ovation. The Lindners for soccer. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. The corruption in politics. And Attorney General Kentucky Coleman is going after Optum relative to opiates in Kentucky. Russell, how about going after Medical Protective? This is the Bulldog. Coming up next, Jamie Spindley and his world news. He has really been struggling in chess.
Hello everybody, the latest world headlines. A ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah went into effect in Lebanon late yesterday, ending 13 months of conflict. Thousands of displaced Lebanese civilians are beginning to return to their homes in the south, but Israel has cautioned against returning to certain areas due to lingering safety concerns. Daniel Andreas Sandiego, a fugitive wanted for over 20 years, has been arrested in North Wales, United Kingdom. The 46-year-old was on the FBI's most wanted terrorist list for his involvement in 2 bombings in 2003 at a biotechnology corporation in Emeryville, California. The bombs exploded an hour apart, causing significant damage, but no fatalities. And Nambians are voting in a closely contested election, the most competitive since gaining independence from South Africa 34 years ago. That's the latest world headlines. I hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. I'll be back Monday. Cheerio.
All right, Sports Without Boundaries. College football. I found this very interesting. Oregon's 1, Ohio State 2nd, Texas 3, Penn State 4. But Alabama is number 13. So it's interesting to me that depending on who wins and who loses this weekend, can Alabama sneak in? I did notice one thing. Alabama's strength of schedule, I think, was 11th. And their overall rating is 4th. I would hope that college football, and they're not going to do this because they want to include everybody, but if I was on the committee, I'm sorry, I don't care about anything but who are the 12 best teams. And you're not going to tell me that Alabama, despite the egg that they laid to Oklahoma, isn't one of the 12 best teams. Furthermore, Ole Miss, probably one of the 12 best teams. Really? Boise State, Bama, Boise State, who are you going to pick? And, but Alabama shouldn't have lost 3 games, given that. But still, Kansas held off Duke last night. We always like when Duke loses. Xavier beat South Carolina. We love that. University of Kentucky beat Western Kentucky 87-68. And it was kind of funny because we only won by 19. Baker Mayfield is suing his father's company for theft for losing about $11 million. Now, maybe it isn't his dad who stole it, but it looks pretty bad. And Mac Brown's been fired of North Carolina coach. Coming up next, pop culture. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, here's pop culture. Billy Bob Thornton's character on Landman, it did an extraordinary epic rant. It's gone viral about how oil is in everything. And it's great. He explains the windmills, the lubricants, everything. It is a great rant. It's gone viral. We need to find it, and we need to post it.
Idea how much diesel they have to burn to mix that much concrete or make that steel and haul this shit out here and put it together with a 450-foot crane? You want to guess how much oil it takes to lubricate that fucking thing or winterize it? And its 20-year lifespan, it won't offset the carbon footprint of making it. And don't get me started on solar panels and the lithium in your Tesla battery. And never mind the fact that if the whole world decided to go electric tomorrow, we don't have the transmission lines to get the electricity to the cities. It'd take 30 years if we started tomorrow. And unfortunately for your grandkids, we have a 120-year petroleum-based infrastructure. Our whole lives depend on it. And hell, it's in everything. That road we came in on, the wheels on every car ever made, including yours, it's in tennis rackets and lipstick and refrigerators and antihistamines, pretty much anything plastic. Your cell phone case, artificial heart valves, any kind of clothing that's not made with animal or plant fibers, soap, fucking hand lotion, garbage bags, fishing boats, you name it. Every fucking thing. And you know what the kicker is? We're gonna run out of it before we find its replacement.
It's the thing that's gonna kill us all. As a species.
No, the thing that's gonna kill us all is running out before we find an alternative. And believe me, if Exxon thought them fucking things right there were the future, they'd be putting them all over the goddamn place. Getting oil out of the ground is the most dangerous job in the world. We don't do it because we like it. We do it because we run out of options. And you're out here trying to find something to blame for the danger besides your boss. There ain't nobody to blame but the demand that we keep pumping it.
iHeartRadio's laying off all kinds of people. Big LA station, let go half the people. They're sinking in debt. I want to remind all you, iHeart owns 55 KRC and WLW Radio. When will the hammer come down on WLW Radio? Whitney Sharp, this a very attractive contestant for a beauty pageant for Miss USA from America, was apparently down in Mexico in a resort and had to lock herself in a room because there was some bad stuff going on. All these people who go to Mexico keep telling me, all the resorts are safe, the resorts are safe. I can't wait to see, I don't want this to happen, but it's going to happen, when a cartel says, nah, baby, nah. Lainey Wilson, the #1 country music, female country music star right now, did not make The Voice in 7 tries. She didn't even make it to where the chairs turn around, she said. Isn't that wild? McGregor, Conor McGregor, after that jury verdict, having a bad week. Everybody's taking proper number 12 off the shelves, and they are ending his marketing relationship with Conor McGregor. He prides himself as a bad boy. He's got plenty of money. He'll just stay a bad boy. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We will not be doing our show Thursday and Friday as I let my team enjoy the long holiday weekend.